understand who killer the dog was.
Well, I just think...
Hello, hello.
Oh my God, it's so much better. Oh, what's going on, Mike?
Dude, not much, but
I'm a mess.
looks like there's a lot going on with you right there.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I gotta stay off my feet as much as possible.
How's that going?
It's good. You know, it's good now. I was doing the road shows, which, by the way, they were unbelievable. Basically, me and Monty did 10 shows in 10 nights.
Okay.
And oh my God, I'm going to say Harrison, Ohio. All the gigs were amazing. Harrison, Ohio, you guys were unbelievable. And there was one other one too. They were all amazing, but there was one other one too. And me and Monty were like, wow, that was, let's see, it was in Harrisburg.
Yeah, we talked about that one last week.
Right. That was the lady. And Nancy and the other lady. But there was one other one that was, whoo, brother. It was pretty awesome. But anyway, I was trying to stay off my feet as much as possible. And then, I don't know. You know, it's like.
How is it going through the airport and stuff?
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Don't ask me why, I'm just embarrassed by this. Never in my life. First of all, I'm very stubborn. So I have a hard time accepting gifts and accepting help. I think the older I get, I'm getting better at it. And I don't know if I talked about it last week, but when I got off the plane in the crutches, I made it about 5 gates. I was like, oh my God, my armpits.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, my shoulders. Oh my God, I got a cramp in my right ass cheek. I spend so much time on my right leg. My right ass cheek is going to look insane by the end of summer. But so when we were coming back, we had one other flight. I drove most of the gigs, me and Monty. And we had to fly from Wisconsin to South Dakota. The Wisconsin gig. Oh my God, that was sick too.
Tell me you recorded some of these, please.
It's all audio.
Okay. We can make that work.
Yeah, I'll send you the audios.
Okay.
Yeah, I could totally do that. But I got to start. I feel like I have to start bringing someone on the road. You might have to come on. Annie would get mad. I
She would.
take her way too much. She'd get mad.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, we can't do that. But I might have to find. But you know what? I got this stand, which I'm doing the podcast on. I'm making technology leaps, Mike. I'm so proud of myself.
We're all proud of you, man.
Look at this. I have a stand. You can't see it, but now I always have a stand, and I can walk around, and I can sit close, or I can put it. So I'm pretty excited.
Nice.
But anyway, the leg was kicking my ass, but now I think it's starting to be a little better. This is cool, and then we'll move along. Monty is helping me a little bit with this script I wrote. I mean, a couple of people we saw the notes that we got.
Mm-hmm.
I think the end of this week. I'm going to say by the next podcast, it's finished. The script is finished.
Really?
And I know I haven't sent it to you yet, but you're going to have to.
That's cool, man. I'll hold back, and this way you can get my natural reaction when it finally comes out.
I just want natural reactions. I want everyone watching, listening, you, and everyone. I just want natural reactions. I don't want, hey, but but I feel pretty good about it. So Monty helped out, and I'm looking at the finishing touches. I'm like, yeah, I think we're gonna be ready. So, life is good with you?
Life is great, man. Looks like life is really great for you. Where the hell are you?
It is. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. A couple years ago, I know this sounds crazy, but I started going, I don't know if it's my age or just where I'm at mentally. This sounds crazy, but I want to spend periods of time in jungles, on a beach, tapping out, just tap. I'm tapping.
Yes.
And I'm at. And then when I come back 2 months later, it's 15 million messages, and I realize how much really a nonsense. I'm like, oh my God, this stuff absorbs so much of my.
Just do a reset.
And that's what I'm talking about, doing a reset. So I'm kind of doing a reset, and
dude, look at that view behind you. Duck out of the way. Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
All right, hold on. Let's give it like a little tour.
Wow.
Now listen to me too, everyone. When you go on vacation, all right, especially if you're a parent with kids, I know you like going to resorts and everything's all included, but if you are on a certain budget, you can get amazing. This is Airbnb. And when I tell you there's people staying here paying double, triple, quadruple to stay at like a hotel or resort. I got a pool. See the pool?
Wow.
Dude, sick as this.
Dude.
Kayaks. Chairs. Beach. You can get 4 or 5 families in here. I mean, this is sick.
That place is
right?
huge.
It's huge.
Wow.
Yeah. It costs more to stay in New York City for 3 nights than to come do this.
Yep.
Food's amazing. So anyway, I'm in the middle of a reset. So yesterday I get into it. Not that I get into it, but someone mentioned this. God, I want to get into this, but I don't want to get into this.
If it's going to put you in a bad space, man, don't get into it.
You know what? Thank you, Mike. You're absolutely right. I don't want to. I feel like every time I want to put something really good out there, the devil's like, doesn't this really bother you though? Let it out. Let it out.
Maybe on the next episode you can let it out, but you're enjoying yourself. You're on your reset. Right. Don't, you know?
You're right. You're right. As a matter of fact, today, so every day my family's got to go do something. They have, my wife has a friend here, daughters have friends here, so they're always out doing whatever they're doing. They're scuba diving, they're sightseeing, they're checking out temples, they're doing whatever they're doing, they're out there doing in caves. I have a golf cart. So they're gone. I got my golf cart. I'm going to town. I have some coffee. And there's this Canadian guy and American guy. He's a older black gentleman, African American, whatever, however you're supposed to say it. A cool guy. It was just a cool guy. And the 3 of us were having coffee overlooking this part of town. And when I say town, it's really like, well, there's a truck here. You hear that thing?
Yeah.
Let's just make sure we're not being invaded. Jim was like really,
dude,
Jim was really selling this Airbnb. And then I think we found out what country he was in because they got invaded and they were speaking like, I think it was Spanish, but I really wasn't sure.
Hey, we got it on, we got it recorded.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Oh, it's septic. All right.
Jesus, look at that door.
Right? Look at that thing.
Wow.
Now this is just the upstairs, and then you got the bedroom in there. Yeah, look at out there. Look at that patio. How sick is that?
That is a beautiful place.
Oh, so it's going to tell people, always look on Airbnb. As a matter of fact, I've been very privileged my whole life. And I got to, the more I'd work and the more money that would come my way, I'd spent a lot of it on vacations. This is so funny. Is that truck really loud?
It almost sounds like air conditioning, but like low, very low.
Now, how funny is this? Can you even make, like, you can't even write this in a sitcom. So I'm about to start talking on the podcast, and what comes? The thing that clears the shit out of the house. It's a septic. I mean, I'm in the middle of a jungle. Send in the septic truck.
Hey man, septic's got to reset too, right?
You know what? I know I'm getting a lot of people going, where is that place? I want to book it. And then what they really want to do is just see how much I paid for this.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's always well, let's see how much you paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be. Let me ask you this. I'll ask you. We'll take a guess. Take a guess.
Oh, I'm not good at this.
Now. You see the grounds, right? There's like 2 acres.
Yep. There's
another house here that are caretakers for everything. Like if something's going on, like a couple days ago, I couldn't get in the door. Like, hey, can you help? He comes over, boom, boom, boom. Everything's fine. You got to do this and all that jazz.
Yeah.
You have outside, you have a pool, you have beachfront, you're right in town. Rough go at it for a week. What do you think?
I couldn't even tell you.
Take
I
a
honestly
wild
couldn't.
guess. Let me ask you this. Have you ever gone away for a weekend?
Yeah.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Where? New York City? Where do you go, Mike?
Like Pennsylvania, upstate New York.
Okay. And do you sleep over in a hotel or anything like that?
Yeah.
What does a weekend cost you? Or a night?
It depends. Almost $1,000 maybe. Well, for the weekend, probably close to $1,000. Yeah.
Okay. $1,000 for a Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Let's just say you'll get much more of your value here. I'll just leave it as that. I'm not going to tell you the price of it. People, I'll watch the comments of people going, trying to guess. And then if I get a right one, if one of you guess exactly.
Oh, there you go.
That's what we should do. What should we do for them if they guess the right number?
I don't know. I got a box of your shit here we can give away.
What do you got?
I got all kinds of stuff, like T-shirts and lanyards.
Oh, damn.
Bunch of stuff. Yeah, I got to go through it all. I think there's like a hat or something in there.
Oh, let's do that. Let's give like a little giveaway box.
Okay.
All right. If someone guesses it, I'll look at the comments. Now, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm lazy. I don't know if you figured that out yet. I'm lazy. I say I'm going to look at the comments. I will look at the comments, but I may not be right away. It may take me a week. It may take me a couple days. I don't know. I'm just saying, don't get too crazy if I don't answer right away. All right? I have great hopes and dreams, but sometimes I drop the ball. Just being dead honest with you. So I don't want you sitting there going, I know this is what the number was. He hasn't told me yet. It's coming.
I like it.
So I go to town, these 2 guys. The one guy is a musician. And he's like, I played around the whole world. I've been everywhere in the world. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, all right. You name it, I've been there. And he goes, and out of all the places in the world, I think this is my favorite place. I'm like, really? And then I was talking to this other guy, he's from Canada. He's like, yeah, I moved down here to go on vacation. I just never went home. So at the end of the day, I'm in I'm in. See, now I shouldn't have said that because now it's going to be easier to figure out the Airbnb. That's my only. You might have to edit that.
I could do that.
And you know, it's really funny. Just edit out the part where I say the country. You can leave the rest because that'll be more annoying.
I was gonna say I'll bleep it. Those people.
I mean, they're all like, oh damn! What? Try to read his lips.
Oh, I'll blur them out
Starts
too.
with a C. It starts with an M. Look up places that start with M with Airbnbs. I want a free hat. But anyway, we started talking about our dads, you know, and life and all this jazz. And the one guy started talking about his dad, this Canadian guy, was a World War II vet. And then the other guy started talking about being vets and all this stuff. And I started talking about my dad. And we just had the coolest conversation. It was just, we were all complete. I'm going to say the black guy had to be late 60s. Matter of fact, he told me a joke. He said, I used to play the saxophone. And he goes, you know, we didn't get paid a whole lot. And he goes, you know what I really started to enjoy doing? And I'm going, what's that? He goes, in between sets, I would start telling jokes. And he goes, and I actually liked being a comedian, the laughter of the comedy, more than I did playing the instrument. And there was a tiny part of me that said, okay, do you tell him that that's how you make a living, is going on the road being a stand-up comedian, or you just let this go? And I'm so glad I just let it go, because then he got up and he started telling some of the jokes. And he goes, this is one of the jokes he said. He goes, and he gets up and he acts it out. He goes, so one day I was walking across this field because I wanted, you know, there was a long way to go and a short way to go. So I went across this field. And when I went across this field, this guy came out and he said, hey, and he knew me. He just didn't like me. He didn't like me because I liked his sister. He goes, hey, you know whose property this is? I said, no, I have no clue. He goes, it's the Robinsons' property. And I'm Mr. Robinson. And you are trespassing. He goes, now, I'm going to give, you know what? I like you, so I'm going to let you live. He pulls out a gun. He goes, but do you know how to dance? I said, no, I don't know how you. Or you going to learn? Bah, bah, bah. He starts dancing, blah, blah, blah. He goes, have you ever square danced? I said, no, I never. Sorry. Oh, you're going to learn. Bah, bah. And he's up there and he's acting out. He's like, and I'm going in the square. I'm going in the square. This is at 8:20 a.m., by the way, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm 3 shots of espresso weed. I'm all in. I'm laughing my ass off. And the Canadian guy he keeps trying to throw one-liners, but he sucks. I'm like, just let your buddy go. So then he goes, do you know how to break dance? I said, no. He goes, well, you're going to learn. Pop, 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 pop. Then he goes, do you know how to dance naked? I said, no. And he took out his gun and he goes, oh, damn, you're lucky. I'm out of bullets. He goes, and that's when I said, well, I'm not. And he went, oh, no. And I went, oh, yeah. So, do you know how to square dance? And he says, no. I said, you're going to learn how? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm a good learner. Pop, 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 pop. Then I said, have you ever licked a cow's ass? And he said, no, but I always wanted to. Good. And then he just barreled over laughing for 20 minutes. And I did too. I'm like, man, we got to hang out all day. This is how benders start. This is how a bender starts if you're an alcoholic or something. Oh my God, it was so much fun. But then we started talking about our dads. And, you know, I just want to say this to people too. If you lost anyone in your life, tragically lost someone. For me, I can honestly say the minute you're able to, it takes a long time to mourn. You got to mourn. Don't try to hold it in. You know, I think someone close to me, someone close in our family circle passed away a couple weeks ago. It was very tragic. And I'm watching someone go through the pain of that, and I keep telling them, you gotta let it out. You gotta let it out. Please let it out. You're doing yourself a disservice. And that person said, no, it's not. It's not healthy to do that. I'm like, oh, yes, it is. And I don't know where they learned that, but it's not good. You gotta let that out. And the more you let it out, I finally got exhausted and whatever. I let my dad go and all this jazz. What I'm getting to is, if you reach that point where you're able to heal your loss, the mourning of your loss, I can honestly say my mother and my father, even my brother and my sister, would I rather have them here? Of course. But I can honestly say that doesn't happen in life, and you know that. That's a fact. We keep circling of life. We come, we go, we come, we go. And I can honestly say they're all so closer to me now, and I learned so much from all of them that aren't even here anymore. And I hope you find that spot, because I'm not going to lie to you, it's a really good place to be. It's a good place to be where you're not mourning and you think of whoever you lost, and it's just like having a conversation with them. It's all in your head, and you can hear it, and you can see it, you can imagine it, and you can feel it, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So we were just talking about our dads, and I started talking about my dad, and it was just amazing to watch these two guys. I think, well, first of all, I look like I'm high all the time, so that doesn't help. They're like, man, this kid comes here. Matter of fact, a lady now joins the group, and she sits down, and she's kind of feeling us out, and she's giggling a little, eating her, and she goes, "Is marijuana legal here?" I'm like, what? This is how you come out of the gate? Just, we're in another country, we don't know each other, we're on a porch, and you're coming out of the gate, is marijuana legal? Well, now we know what you're looking for. So she, yeah. So anyway, they start talking. So anyway, I look at them, and we start talking. And the one guy goes, we start talking about lessons in life and stuff. And I look at my dad at times going, I don't know if I could have done that. Meaning, this guy, did I ever tell you the story about my dad, like going after the most fierce animals in our neighborhood?
No.
This is now you gotta understand something, okay? Let me paint the picture. Long Island, growing up in Long Island, and no one really, the only bad kids had like dirt bikes. No one had dirt bikes. A guy'd be going down, shirts flapping. All the parents like, slow down, you assholes! Slow down! Fucking assholes! And they were just frightening to you. It's just like, oh my God, here comes the moped kid. You'd get, as a kid, you get on the sidewalk. You can hear him coming. The moped kid is coming. I hear him. He's on Ivanhoe Place. So everyone feared this kid. He stole my first bike. That was the lesson I learned immediately. Don't show, no matter what bracket you're in financially, don't flash that amongst your peers, because it is being envious, and you will create resentment, and your Schwinn Scrambler will get stolen. Take it from a professional. Dude, this is like, I don't know, 1980, cost $3 for a bike, but a Schwinn Scrambler was $37, and you're sitting there. It had yellow mags, black frame. All the kids on the street like, oh my God, let me ride your Schwinn Scrambler. And I was like the king of the block, so I was a little bit of a dick. If I didn't like you, I'm like, no, maybe tomorrow. My mother said no one could ride it. Phil, you want to ride it? You said no one. Phil is my best friend. So he let everyone except for that guy. Anyway, I'm getting too hopped up for being alone in this country.
It's all good, man. We're getting some good stuff.
I know. So this kid I woke up 2 days later. Schwinn Scrambler's gone. They broke in the garage. One of the kids that lived in our neighborhood came to my house. He was doing the papers. He goes, I found your bike. I found half your bike. It's at so-and-so's house. I went, oh my God. And dude, I felt like a special ops agent. I think I was 12 years old. The youngest kid was 7. We're like, we got to get our bike back. And we're going through bushes and all this. We had decoys. My heart was pounding. I was riding. I knew it was my bike. I'm like, I hope I don't get caught stealing my bike back. It was horrifying. It was bad. I didn't know if he was going to shoot. I didn't know if he had guns, knives, just boogeyman, straight up boogeyman. What were you going to say?
I was going to say you were only going in to get half the bike, right? You're only getting half the bike?
Yeah, I got half the bike. I found like my forks. My forks were on there, and like my seat.
They stripped the bike?
Yeah.
Wow.
So his brothers and one sister, so it's like 7 of them. I think it was his 2 brothers, 1 sister, get arrested for armed robbery in this little town of Valley Stream, Long Island. And, the whole world's like, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? They had guns. They had shotguns. I heard they shot a guy in the face. You're 13, like, I heard they blew his face off and they played soccer with his dad's head. It was bad. And they're only in jail for 4 years. So, their dad knows a judge or something. So literally, everyone was scared to death of these guys. And I'm in my house, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a wussy. I was a total wussy. I was a fat kid, had boobies. I was a mess. Not husky. I was fat. So I'm in the house and I hear someone knocking on our front door. And where we lived, the screen door had aluminum on the bottom. So it was like, when you knocked on the door, it was like, it was loud. And I come to the front. My dad he was out in the yard all day. So he's had probably 7 Budweisers or Schlitz or whatever they drank back then. He's got his bandana on. He's watching War from World War II stuff, still watching that, and passed out in his chair. Passed out, the TV on. It was 1943. when the Japanese attack, and Dad just sitting there. Can't even imagine. And I go, and I don't know where my mom is, but at the front door is the family. And there's 3 of them on my porch. And to get on my porch, it was these steps. And there was 2 of them on the steps. And the kid who took my bike is on the grass, and the sister's like leaning against the car. They're all over the place. And you know, I'm a little kid, so my little heart's like bang, 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 bang. When you're that scared as a child, you immediately, I was done with crying. You know, when you reach a certain age, you're like, no matter how hurt I am, whatever, I just don't cry. Mm-hmm. Little kids cry all the time. It's just, they don't know how, what's the matter with you? You get older, you don't cry. I saw them and I started like, oh my God, oh my God. So I go to the screen door. I go, and they're going, is your father there? Get your father, wake your father up. Dude, I was convinced like they're gonna murder my dad. Then they're gonna stick me in the basement and just tie me up and just have fun every day. Like, let's see what happens when we light his nipples. I had horrifying thoughts. Horrifying thoughts. Oh my God. So I go out on the bed. But that's where your mind goes as a kid. Mike, I feel this hand, this massive hand. My dad had silverback gorilla fingers, big, fat sausage fingers. And he grabs my shoulder and he just slightly puts me behind him, and he goes out on the porch with all. And he goes, and he's shorter than everyone by at least a foot. And I'm watching this going, I'm gonna watch my dad, like they're gonna hold him, and then like, bah, bah, I'm gonna see my dad, just his head getting busted, and they're all going, and no one's gonna stop it. And I'm like, stop it, please. They're going, shut the fat kid up. Shut up, fatso. He goes out there. You know, it's really funny. The caretakers here are probably like, should we go check on the villa? You're screaming and yelling. Like, people are calling each other fatso. What's going on? So he's on the patio. I'll never forget this the rest of my life. It's just like yesterday. He goes, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you? There's 7 of you? So yeah. You're gonna get the best of me. You're gonna get the best of this old man. But one of you are gonna die. So who's it gonna be? And you get each one's face. Is it gonna be you? Is it gonna be you? Oh yeah. No. Oh, once I grab onto your larynx, I ain't letting go. You're gonna have to knock me out. And I can tell you right now, it's gonna take a long time to knock me out. So I'm going to kill one of you, but you are gonna get the best of me. So which one's it gonna be? Dude, the whole family. Now they want to negotiate. They're like, well, you hit our little brother said that you hit him with a chain. And now we have a you know those really tiny poodles that are almost annoying? You want once in a while just fling them. Yeah. And I don't need it. Listen, I don't need anyone who loves animals going, did he just say that? I'm not saying hurt them. I'm just saying once in a while when they nip at your thing, you just want to get, you're so small. You don't have the right to do that. I have one of them. He's this big, Duffy. He's black under here. My dad walks this thing. So he's a baby. He's the size of this, tops, right? Here, here's my dog with legs, right here, the iPad. And my dad would have a tiny leash. So my dad pulls the leash out of his back pocket and he goes, is this the chain you're talking about? He goes, that little punk is lucky I didn't choke him out. He kicked my dog. And the two big brothers looked at the little brother and they're like, you didn't say you kicked his dog, dick. You didn't say that part. And he's like, well, the dog is like 3 inches big. You kicked a dog that's 3 inches. Are you serious? And he's going, yeah, and this is the chain. He goes, oh, dude. And they turn around. And they're like, we're so sorry, sir. And he goes, get off my property. And they're like, we're so afraid. Get off. I'm not going to tell you again. And they just kept, and they got in the car and they went away. Bro, that's certified nuts. Like, you had to have been in this situation before in your life. Do you know what I mean? And that made me wonder about my dad. How many situations has he been in his lifetime that he's willing to go in front of 7 crazy, unfortunate human beings at the time? They probably didn't have a great family life and it was tragic, but they're wreaking havoc on everyone else.
Yeah.
Shotguns, put your face on his brother. Shut up. This is what's on my porch. I'll blow your head off right now. Open the register. And my father's going, oh, you're going to get the best of me, but one of you are going to die. Is it you? Is it you? That made me wonder, like, whoa, what has this guy seen in his lifetime?
He was ready to go.
He's ready to go. And that's another thing. The whole time, my mom is in the kitchen screaming, get out the goddamn patio. I swear to God, I'm calling the police right now. Right now. You're all going to be arrested again. And I know you got a record. This time you're going to prison. Get the hell off my goddamn bed. Jim, get in the house. Screaming. So the whole fucking neighborhood's coming out. It was, whoa. Everyone was afraid of that group. Whew.
Dude, I got to tell you, if I was in your position when your dad was talking to those kids, man, I would have been both like, wow, this is awesome. And then just emotionally scarred because, like, I'm never going to cross this man ever.
Never. It blew my mind. And that wasn't the only. So the other thing that, this was a good one too. Did I tell you when he had a flashback? Did I talk about the flashback?
If only I think you were coming home. You were in the kitchen or something.
Yeah. So you heard that one?
Yeah, and he was what was it? The sand crabs, right?
Yeah. He got up and it's like the sand crabs. But that one too. I was like, that's like some kind of insane. It's almost like.
Well, if you want to explain it, because I actually saw it on one of your stand-ups.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Hunger Games. Yeah, I know I talked about it maybe 2 or 3 times doing stand-up and we got it on film. I think we did post that. But the story is just how it goes. I come home, we live in Florida. And I'm all lit up. I hate living here. My parents took me off the street that I grew up in my whole life, and I was really aggravated. And moved to Florida, and I don't want to be there. I'm just drinking, I'm just out of control. I puked. Bro, I'm going to say this. I truly believe I have incredible guardian angels, and I've always said, when I pass, I'm going to give them the biggest hugs they've ever had. I'm going to go, I am so sorry for what I did to you from 1986 to about 1999. I just thank you. I apologize. May I hug you all. If I had a trophy, I'd give it to you because I know you're exhausted. You can all go to sleep now. I know I wore you out. My apologies. Yeah, the first day down there, good God. I went to a place. I must have had about 10 vodka and cranberries. Taxi on back. We're moving into the house the next day. But tonight we got to stay in a hotel down in Florida, and I'm already pissed, right? I'm giving my parents a hard time. And my father's shouting, don't be an asshole tonight. Don't drink a whole lot. Don't be late. Okay. All right. I'm not. I get 10 vodkas, cranberries. I'm bringing my Long Island attitude down there. And I come home, I go to bed, and I wake up to projectile vomit. Don't even know I'm doing it. It goes. So we're in a hotel room. So I'm in one double bed. My parents are in the other double bed. My father's the closest one to me. I'm leaning towards him. And you can, yeah. So he gets up. Jesus Christ, you son of a bitch, you asshole. Grabs me by the back of my head, dragging me into the bathroom, and I'm just decorating the closet. The front door where you walk in, where the little tile is, against the door, it's coming down. He's trying to get me in the toilet. I'm missing. My mom's out. What the hell is going on? And you hear people in the next fucking room. Boom, 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 boom. You know, that's their way of going, shut up, asshole. So, yeah, it was, oh God, it was horrifying. So I'm an asshole. I come home one night and I'm all assholed out. I'm assholed out. And I get dropped off, trying to be quiet, coming in the house. We got a screen door. And, you know, if you don't shut it slowly, it does the old bang.
Yep.
2:30 in the morning, bang, dog. I get the dog and relaxing the dog. Mookie, chill out. Mookie, chill out, Mookie. Mookie, chill out. Give him a kiss. I'm starving. I know I have White Castle burgers in the freezer. Take them out. Start putting them in a microwave. I think I'm quiet. I'm convinced I'm stealth quiet, and I'm, you know, hitting the microwave. Beep, beep, boop, beep, beep. 1988 microwave. 3:30 in the morning. No one's gonna know that I've been drinking, and I'm pretty fucked up right now. So I go around, and my dad freaks me out. I'm like, ah! He's at the edge of the couch, and he's telling me he's going like this. I'm like, sorry, Dad. You want some White Castle? And he's not really. He's like nighttime sleeping, and I think he's sleepwalking. So I walk around the counter, and I go, Dad, you okay? And he does not see me. And he goes, shh. He's looking around. Shh. They're just land crabs. What? They're just land crabs. And then he goes right. That's creepy. It's weird when you see someone sleeping and living something. Like, was he back there again? That happened to my daughter, by the way. By the way, I want to ask parents out there. I don't believe in the paranormal. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to believe in the paranormal and all that stuff. I have a hard time grasping it. I know people will be like, no, you don't get it. My nephew never met my uncle, but my uncle didn't have a left leg, and until my nephew was 11, he never wore a left shoe. And then one day he just pointed to my uncle, and he's like, that's Uncle Johnny. He never knew him. He's missing a left foot, and this kid doesn't wear him. Come on, man. I know, I get it. I don't know if people are intense. I've heard the stories. But I will say, my oldest daughter, when she was about, I'm going to say she was about 6, right? Now, as a parent, you wake up to pee, you always go check on your kids. At least I did. In the middle of the night, I'd get up, and I'd always just, look in their room, make sure everyone's good, and then go back to pee. It's just natural mom, dad thing to do. So I would get up. Now, there's a long hallway to my daughter's bedroom. So I'm coming in, it's an L shape. I'm coming from this direction. I turn the hallway, and she's at the end, and she's sitting there at the edge of her bed, okay? Like this, laying down like this. Do you see what I look like?
Yeah.
Okay? Just like this. And I went, Gabby, what are you doing? And she's sitting there. She doesn't even acknowledge me. And I go, Gabby. And I start walking towards her. I go, Gabby, what are you doing? And she's got her eyes open. Her eyes are open. And she's like this, at the edge of the bed. Right? The pillow's back this way. And I got all the way into her door, and she's looking. I went, Gabby. And she didn't look at me. She just immediately turned around, went in the bed, put her head on the pillow, took the covers and put it over, and went to sleep. And I like hightailed it back to my bedroom, like, hon, you gotta. I'm a little weirded out right now. We're gonna have to sleep with the lights on. I'm up. I'm waiting the sun come. I'm a little freaked out. What happened? Are you sure? I know what I saw. Well, maybe she was leaning. She didn't acknowledge, and she turned. It was weird. So a couple of years later, I hear like another noise, right? This is a couple of years later. I open my bedroom door, and right there on the floor is my middle kid sitting Indian style with her blankie, sucking her thumb. And I went, and I went right to D. I went, D, that's weird, man. That's weird. That's weird. Something weird's going on here. And she came out, and she's like, yeah, she's tired, whatever. But to this day, I don't know. That stuff weirded me out. But I don't give it attention. So it just made me think of my dad when I watched my dad have that flashback, and we were sitting here having coffee today. And it just reminded me of, I'm in the middle of nowhere. And the more I do this, the more peace I find. And now, granted, I'm blessed to do something like this. I don't have to do something like this. But what I'm getting at is, it's amazing. Life to me, what I'm discovering more and more, is really just being a good human being. Be respectful. And that shows in the eyes, that shows in people read you if you're judging them. I don't know if you realize that. And I have to say, I believe I was gifted with these eyes. My eyes, because I look high all the time, I immediately knew when people were judging me. And I still know when people are judging me because they look at me and they instantly think I'm wasted or stupid. Now, I am stupid, so that one you get it for. But the whole wasted thing, but here we are, these 3 different guys, 3 different countries. And that's a moment in time I'll never forget. He made me laugh. He got up, started telling jokes, started giving his life story. I kept away from my life story. The other guy started giving his story, Canna, and then another woman came and all that jazz. And it's one of those moments I'm just always going to remember and giggle at. So I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't matter where you are. Just go out there, strike up a conversation, and stay away from the things that you know it's going to bring you bad feelings or you know there's going to be a confrontation. It's not easy. I'm trying. I could do better. But I feel like we're at a time where even if we're really pissed about someone else with a completely different view, which to us and to you and to them, each side is just as nutty. Like, we'll sit there. I'll be the first to tell you. I'll think of someone like, what do you think? I won't tell them their face, but I'll be like, this? Wow. I don't know. And I'm sure they feel the same way. But the more common ground we find, and there's a lot, the key to common ground is stay away from those subjects because they're not as important as just being genuine to one another and finding the love and the passion in one another. So, yeah, I got to think about my dad all day, which is an amazing thing. Made me laugh. There was a couple times. Worked on this script. I'm feeling really good about it. Super excited about it. And life is good. So I hope life is good wherever you're at. And hope you enjoyed the stories. Mike.
Yep.
This was fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had fun today.
Yeah, that was a good one. I dig it.
I like when you say, I dig it. I'll start sending you some of the shows, but I don't know how good the sound quality is, but I'll send it to you and we'll get things going. Go to jimbreuer.com. Listen, if you're on Instagram or my Patreon page, no, you're already safe. And what I mean by that, you can't really get imposters on there because you have to pay to be on there. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, not just me, but so many people, anyone that makes money or in the public eye or anyone that thinks is a star or they can leech onto or latch onto, they will start trying to reach out to your fans as a fake thing. Just be careful of that. I never ever write, hey, give me your number, or hey, what are you wearing today? Or usually I just say, thank you so much. Thank you for, you'll know which page is right. Just ignore that stuff. Make sure you're talking to the right people. Be safe. We'll see you next week. I think I start physical therapy.
Woo!
And to all those Mets fans out there, don't get too hopped up. I'm not hopped up. And I haven't started investing in baseball yet. But that's one of the things that's still part of the Roman Empire. I'm like, oh, they got me good with baseball. I'm excited for Mets fans right now. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, all the best to everyone. Mike, thank you as always. And we'll catch up soon. Later, brother.
Enjoy.
And thanks for hanging out in the Breuniverse.
Take a look around and what do you see? Lock the day down tonight, we're making history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse Podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments, and you get to access my last comedy special, Somebody Had to Say It. There's a lot there. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.